Stadium, Steubenville Big Red and the Warren Harding Panthers about to do battle. As we mentioned, a big game early in the season for both teams. Steubenville on a roll with 20 consecutive victories. And the Warren Harding Panthers trying to get on track after a 7-6 loss. There you see the Big Red. There you see the Panthers getting ready. Big Red a little bit late coming out of the locker room. You have to think that bit of psychology is at work here. They missed the national anthem, in fact, as it had been played while they were still in the locker room. Panthers have been out on the field, and there you see a couple of them doing some stretching, getting ready. It's a warm night here at Mullen-Kopp Stadium, and it's still early in the season. That combination often bringing about cramping situations and painful types of injuries that are only temporary, but we'll have to wait and see as this one unfolds how that goes. The officials for tonight's game, the referee is Tony Montana, the umpire is Art Davies, linesman is Ernie Kratzis, line judge is Pat Montana, and the back judge, Rick Walton. Don't we always seem to have Rick Walton on our telecast? It seems like he was on about a 6-game streak last year before it finally ended, but one of the fine back judges in the area. And this is a fine crew, a very experienced crew that we're going to have working this game. And of course, if the Steubenville Warren Harding this series holds up the way it has, you do need good officials out there, Cap, because it really goes back a long way when these teams used to go at it. In fact, my recollection is that they may have suspended this series at one time because of the problems that they had. Certainly, people are familiar with the Warren Harding Niles suspension that took place during the 60s because of fisticuffs and so forth that were taking place. And, you know, anytime you have teams such as this and the way they go at each other and strong traditions, those types of things can happen.
This will be the third meeting in the 80s for these two ball clubs. They met back in 1981 and again last year, and in last year's contest down at Harding Stadium in Steubenville up on the hilltop, 21-0, the Big Red with the victory. Of course, I mentioned this is the 18th meeting between these two ball clubs, and it's been one of the honored series in behalf of both schools. They really look forward to playing each other.
Yeah, it really has been. You know, again, it goes back to the days of the All-American Conference, but it just seems like Steubenville used to get fired up for two teams, Warren Harding and Niles. They used to play those teams tougher than anybody else, regardless of the type of talent that they had. And Steubenville would readily admit, though, that their strongest rival is probably right across the state line there in the Weirton, West Virginia, Redmond. They love to beat Weirton, and that's a series that goes back a long way. I can recall a game I went to in the 60s between those two teams, and Steubenville was accusing Weirton of turning the smoke on in the steel mills on and off whenever they had the ball. And,
they probably were.
I wouldn't doubt it. I'll tell you one thing, there was not a blade of grass on Weirton's field either, because it was set right among the steel mills. There was no way the grass had a chance to grow, but that's the way those two teams used to go at it, and they used to accuse each other of cheating all the time. Kind of similar to the way the Massillon-Harding series used to go with the famous clock incident and so forth. But enough reminiscing. The Big Red is out on the field. They will be kicking off. And the Warren Harding Panthers on the receiving end of this opening kickoff. There you see Rusty Rinaldo, and we'll be seeing him booming kickoffs, and if they have the opportunity, field goals and extra points, he is an all-Ohio kicker and probably destined for the big time. So we're just about ready to go. We're looking forward to this one. Two traditional rivals going at each other, and here to bring you all the action, the voice of Pilot 9 TCI Sports, John Caporanis. Cap?
Thank you very much, Harry Paytas, and again, a pleasant good day to you sports fans. There you see Steve Baugh, the deep man for Warren Harding, and show you the respect they treat Rusty Rinaldo. Baugh back at his own 3 along with Sam Sutton. Squib kick by Rinaldo, taken by one of the up men, fumbled around, picked up across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Good second effort, gets him to the 34, and that's where Warren Harding will put it in play. First down, 10 yards to go. Number 34 returning the opening kickoff for the Panthers, Keith Jordan, 185-pound junior. And again, let's go over the starting backfield for Warren Harding. The quarterback, an excellent one, a junior, number 14, Clayton Waite. The fullback, number 28, Sam Sutton, as we look at the kickoff return again. A fullback, power driving, 227-pound senior Marco Miller. lining up with 2 slots to the left side, and immediately Frank Thomas going to the air. Pass is complete on the left flat area and going out of bounds on the far sideline. That's number 29 for the Warren Harding Panthers from his split left end position, Derek Frazier. So the Panthers, who put it up 17 times last week against Akron Firestone, wasting no time trying to display the throwing talents of Clayton Waite.
Well, when you have somebody like Waite who is very talented, you want to use his arm as much as possible, even in a running situation, because if they can go to a controlled passing game and open things up just a little bit, that makes your running game all the more effective.
Sean McGee slotted to the right. Baugh split about 15 to the near side, and Waite looking again with protection, firing, has a man. Baugh complete to the 45 to the 43-yard line of Steubenville Big Red. Clayton Waite got good protection last week from a relatively inexperienced offensive line, and Steubenville reeling just a little bit here in the early going. We've only played 28 seconds as we look at Waite again, hitting his favorite target, Steve Baugh.
Yeah, there you see it's a little bit slick out there because of some rain that we had today, but Steve Baugh covered pretty well after getting the first down.
First down of the ball game, 13-yard pass completion. Waite again. Waite going to scramble. He's going to be nailed back at the 44-yard line. For the Big Red, number 7, Greg Bell, 190-pound junior defensive tackle, coming up to make the stop. It'll go as a 1-yard loss on the play, so call it second down, and 11 yards to go for Warren Harding.
Clayton Waite can do so much, and Frank Thomas, recognizing that fact in the Firestone game, coming out and using Waite on 2 passing attempts, which he completed, and then on the run, too. He's a multifaceted quarterback.
Damon Vaughn, flank to the right side, out of the eye. Ball carrier Marco Miller for absolutely nothing. Defensive left end, Tim Shimko, making the stop for, defensive left end. Let's get to the right side of the program. Del Vincent, 200-pound senior, making the stop on Marco Miller. Third down, long yardage for Warren Harding from the Big Red 44-yard line. Our first third down conversion attempt of the ball game, and again the Panthers in the I formation in the backfield. Waite under pressure, going to unload it, complete inside the 50 down to the 47-yard line. It'll go as about a 7-yard pass completion, but leave the Panthers about 6 yards shy of the necessary yardage and set up our first punting situation of the ball game.
Really not a bad series for the Panthers as we see Waite getting pressured, and there he really hangs in there. That's a real quality of Clayton Waite's. Able to unload the ball at the last minute. Frazier with the reception, and like I started to say, not a bad series for the Panthers. They didn't get points on the board. Moved the ball up the field, though, and of course you want to establish field position early. There's an official timeout on the field at the moment, as it appears there's an equipment problem for a member of the Big Red receiving team. Maybe his pad or something, shoulder pad. That is number 9, Leon Sawyer. There you see Chuck Thomas, brother of Frank Thomas, on the coaching staff of the Panthers.
And Randy Wilson back to do the booting for Warren Harding. He'll be standing there. You see him at his own 40-yard line. And Yasha Yetz, along with Leon Sawyer, back at their own 15. Wilson with a spiraling kick that Sawyer fumbles at the 23-yard line of Big Red, and let's see who recovers.
Looked like there was a red jersey on the ball initially, but they're really scrambling around under there.
Warren Harding football. There you see him, number 44 for the Panthers, coming up with our first turnover of the ball game, Michael Hall. You know, Warren Harding last week against Firestone had similar success in punting situations. 3 times, I believe, Firestone fumbled the football as we look at it again.
Yeah, that ball just went straight down. It was a real tough one to handle. And recovered by the Panthers, and Michael Hall with the big turnover.
Waite looking, firing into the flat man, wide open, 20-15 flag on the play, out of bounds on the near sideline at the 10-yard line. Again, number 29 for the Warren Harding Panthers, Derek Frazier on the receiving end. And let's see, it's against Steubenville.
Yeah, I was in the defensive secondary, and I had a feeling, given where the flag was thrown, it was going to go against the Big Red. So the holding or illegal use of the hands going against them, but picking up the first down on the pass. Just a simple swing pass, using Frazier quite a bit here early, and he was wide open.
Panthers probably will decline the penalty. And they will have it first down, 10 yards to go. I think they can still pick up the first down just outside the 10-yard line. As mentioning, Akron Firestone on punting situations last week fumbled 3 times. Panthers recovered 2 out of the 3 muffs. And trying to convert here in the early going with 8 minutes, 40 seconds remaining first quarter scoreless ball game. Sam Sutton, the only man behind quarterback Clayton Wade. Wade dumps it off, complete to Frazier, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, touchdown! Derek Frazier receiving an excellent block on the far side. I believe number 15, Damon Vaughn, sprung him. And the Panthers draw first blood here this evening with 8 minutes, 38 seconds remaining first quarter.
Boy, it made him look so easy as Clayton Waite finding Frazier on each occasion. As we look at it again, Waite rolls left, a little pop pass, great block, and a touchdown. That block thrown by Steve Baugh did a great job there, opened it up for Frazier to get into the end zone.
Ball is down, kick is in the air, and the kick is good. 8 minutes, 38 seconds remaining first quarter. The Panthers on a 22-yard drive. It took them only 2 plays to do it with Darren Frazier on the receiving end of a 10-yard pass from quarterback Clayton Waite. Warren Harding drawing first blood here this evening, leads 7-0.
Well, it's always nice to know that you've got a 7-0 lead before the other team puts its offense on the field, and that's exactly what happened. Panthers receiving the benefit of a fumbled punt, but even more importantly, took advantage of that fumbled punt and turned it into 7 points, which is, of course, the maximum that you hope for when something like that occurs. So the Big Red yet to get on the field. We mentioned the fact they've got a great offensive unit, but the Panthers come out on top with 8:38 remaining in the first period. Marcus Jones to kick it off.
And again, the deep men for Steubenville, Danyasha Yetz and Leon Sawyer, standing at about their own 15-yard line.
Clayton Waite 5 of 5 so far.
Marcus Jones kickoff taken at the 35, moving up close to the 40-yard line. And that is where the Big Red will put it in play for the first time in the ball game, trailing 7-0. 8:33 remaining first quarter in the 18th meeting between those two ball clubs. And again, let's go through the Big Red backfield for you. The quarterback. And you got to keep in mind the speed of these Steubenville ball players. James Creech, 150-pound senior, be running with a lot of backs as they line up with a split back in the backfield. Closed formation offensively. Ball carrier across the 40 up to the 43-yard line. Number 32, I believe, carrying the football for the Big Red. Dunrick Yetz, 186-pound senior. There's going to be 3 Yets you're going to be hearing about tonight. Hans Yet, Danyasha Yetz, and Dunrick Yetz.
Or is not yet.
And we haven't heard of the first 2 Yets. Ball carrier to the 45-yard line. Good defense by Warren Harding. Mar Hamid coming up to make the stop on Jim Kelly, senior tailback. That will set up a 3rd down situation for the Big Red. 3rd down, about 4 yards to go. And keep in mind, last week against Cleveland South, Steubenville rambling for close to 300 yards on the ground. Warren Harding leading 7-0, 7:20 remaining first quarter. James Creech, the quarterback. Under pressure. Creech going to be hit, and he's going to be down at the 45-yard line.
Charles Lilly made a great play. He's the one that stopped him initially, and then it was Marco Miller coming up to put the finishing touches on. Let's look at it again. Good penetration here by the Panthers. Creech not having a chance to let the play develop. And there you see Miller climbing the ladder and bringing him down.
Eric Frazier back to do the receiving for Warren Harding. Low snap from center, but the Panthers going for the rush. Nice end-over-end kick. It'll hit at the Warren Harding 25, roll inside the 20, inside the 15, and be down at the Warren Harding 10-yard line. 45-yard boot by the Steubenville Big Red as Terrace Settles gets his leg into it. No return, and the Panthers will start deep in their own territory. First down, 10 yards to go. Panthers coming out throwing here this evening.
Well, they've run 7 plays, 5 of them through the air. They've got about 40 net yards in passing.
Frank Thomas said he wanted to utilize the control passing game prior to the season opener. He's certainly doing it thus far here this evening, halfway through the first quarter. Flag on the play, and let's see what this one is all about.
Panthers must have taken too long.
That's what it is, delay of game against Warren Harding, and that will move the ball back to the 5-yard line and set up a 1st and 15. You mentioned, Harry, veteran officiating crew here this evening, and a good one.
Yeah, we have the opportunity to see this crew a lot of games. We saw them quite a bit last year, and Tony Montana, of course, one of the top referees around. And he's got a veteran crew with him.
I think one of the guys, Ernie Kratz, has played against Big Red when he ran for Warren Harding back in the 60s. Ball carrier for the Panthers, fumbled on the play, and let's see, I believe his knee was down at the 6-yard line. Marco Miller, the ball carrier. Panthers coming up with it regardless. Number 80 falling on the loose football, O'Neal Brown, one of the tight ends utilized by Frank Thomas, but it'll set up second down, about 14 yards to go for Warren Harding. Frazier will split to the right side. Ball carrier running room, 30, 25, 27-yard line, and a flag on the play. Marco Miller on the quick hitter, picking up big yardage, and we could have a face mask against the Big Red. We do. So the 227-pound senior busting through the line of scrimmage, picking up big yardage.
On the quick hitter, actually, it was Keith Jordan breaking through and picking up the big yardage, and a little bit more tacked on with the face mask.
21-yard pickup for Jordan, tack on 15 more yards, and the Panthers have it 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line. 5 minutes, 4 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Warren Harding leading 7-0. Bob will split about 12 to the left side. Frazier slotted left side. Clayton Wade firing over the middle, incomplete at the 50-yard line. He had number 15 slanting in from the left side, Damon Vaughn, but let him just maybe a half step too much. Incompleted pass, will call it 2nd and 10.
Well, Waite has a fine ability, as we have an ISO here on Vaughn, just out of his reach. Waite does have a fine ability of being able to throw the opposite way. He'll roll to the left and throw to his right extremely well, and it can be deceiving for defenses if they don't realize that he can do it. He's got a very strong arm.
Again, lining up with only one back. That is Jordan behind Waits. Waits looking. Waits going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Might have picked up a yard on the play. Worked his way up to the 43-yard line. Number 72 defensively, Robert Ray, 250-pound senior, making the stop on Clayton Waite. That'll set up 3rd down. Let's call it a long 8 yards to go for Warren Harding. Panthers scoring after Michael Hall recovered a muff punt by Steubenville Big Red's Leon Sawyer at the 22-yard line, and 2 plays later, Frazier scoring the touchdown. Pass into the flat to O'Neal Brown, incomplete. Good hit put on O'Neal Brown by, that is number 9, Leon Sawyer. Incompleted pass will set up the second punting situation of the ball game for Warren Harding, and Frank Thomas, of course, hoping this one works as well as the first one did.
That's true, but once again, the Panthers moving the ball out of their own territory, will have decent field position defensively, and if they can continue to move the ball throughout this game against Steubenville and put the Big Red with their backs against the wall, that's a plus.
Wilson on the line drive kick. That Danasha Yetz will let hit at the 25, inside the 20, takes a Panther roll inside the 10. They're going to mark him down at the 12-yard line. 43-yard boot by Wilson, inadvertently touched by one of the Panthers at the 12-yard line, and that ball might have kicked its way inside the 10. But nevertheless, first down, 10 yards to go for the Big Red with 3:55 remaining first quarter, and Steubenville trailing Warren Harding 7-0.
Coach Suckosh mentioned the fact that the line of scrimmage would determine tonight's outcome. So far, the Panthers have won that battle, and they've got to keep it going. The one thing they have to be very wary of, Steubenville very capable of breaking the big one, and that's what they have to watch here with the Big Red backs against the wall.
Kearns Christian will split to the left side. Ball carrier right up the gut. I think that was Yetz, the ball carrier. Going to check for you. It's number 32. That is Yetz. Dunrick Yetz with his second carry of the ball game, met by the entire middle of the Warren Harding defensive line. A yard pickup on the play. Second down. 9 yards to go for Steubenville. This time Sawyer will split to the left side. Breach, gonna bootleg, running room, gets a block, still on his feet, gets up to the 20, to the 22, very close to the first down. Give you a little evidence of that quickness of Steubenville Big Red on that particular carry by Creech.
Panthers strung it out, though, but here you see Creech going to his right, cutting back against the grain. That Panthers in pursuit stopped him, but not before he picked up the first down.
First down of the ball game for the Big Red. Bruce Henry from his inside linebacking spot making the stop for Warren Harding. First down, 10 yards to go. Creech gives the ball to Yetz, and Yetz maybe for 2 and a flag on the play.
Could have been a face mask again there. This time, though, the Panthers guilty, if that's the case. And that's exactly the call.
Dunrick Yetz for a yard pickup, and we're going to tack 15 on against Warren Harding, and that will move the ball all the way up to the 37-yard line of Steubenville and give the Big Red their second first down of the ball game. 2 minutes, 21 seconds remaining first quarter. Panthers leading 7-0 as you look at Frank Thomas. Sawyer to the left side. High formation behind James Creech. Gets the ball carrier to the 40 and no more. Not a 3-yard pickup on the play. That'll set up second down. And 7 yards to go for the Panthers. Excuse me, for the Big Red from their own 40-yard line. Steubenville, a winner of their last 20 regular season games, but they're trailing here 7-0 with 1:35 remaining first quarter. Breach, running room, 40, 45, 50, 45 out of bounds on the near sideline. Flag on the play as Jim Kelly picks up big yards. We might have a late hit against Warren Harding.
Yeah, a little bit late as he went out of bounds. Lasker wrestling out of bounds, and then another helmet coming into the picture, and that one really hurts. 15 yards on the last play, and then another 15 in addition to this long gain.
19-yard pickup for Kelly, tack on 15 more yards, and we're going to move the ball all the way to the Warren Harding 26-yard line, where again Big Red will have it. First down, 10 yards to go.
Well, it's one thing to be aggressive, but it's another thing to be too aggressive, and the Panthers caught twice for being a little bit too aggressive.
One thing that Frank Thomas wants to do is contain these speedy backs for the Big Red, not let them get around the corners. Wishbone, fumble! Back at the 32-yard line, the Panthers have recovered. First time in the ball game that Steubenville Big Red went to the wishbone, and it results in a cough-up. We'll look at it again.
Just misconnections in the backfield. Marco Miller had it momentarily, then lost it, but another Panther fell on top of it. And another turnover going in favor of Warren Harding, stopping the Steubenville drive.
So Warren Harding leading 7-0 with 1:15 remaining first quarter. Steve Baugh will split to the left side. Again, one running back behind quarterback Clayton Waite. Waite going for the bomb, has nobody out there. Somebody made, I believe, ran the wrong pass pattern.
I think what may have happened, Derek Frazier got held up at the line of scrimmage. He was the intended receiver on the play. The ball was overthrown, but it just seems like it took him a while to get out there, and you have to think he may have been hung up there.
Now Clayton that time with a pump fake into the flat area, then going for the 6-pointer, but that'll set up a 2nd and 10 for the Warren Harding Panthers from their own 32-yard line. Sean McGee slotted left side. Here comes the Big Red on the blitz, pass over the middle, incomplete. McGee the intended receiver, but that time Reno Sakaj deciding enough of this nonsense and sending a couple of linebackers. Forced Clayton Waite into maybe a little bit of a hurried throw, but that'll set up 3rd down, 10 yards to go for Warren Harding.
Boy, 57, Dan Keenan was coming, but Panthers did a pretty good job of picking up the blitz. Ball was just a little bit overthrown. So after completing 5 in a row, Clayton Waite has suddenly not completed 4 in a row.
Baugh will split to the left side. Damon Vaughn, the man slotted to the left. 3rd and 10 from their own 32. Clayton Waite over the middle, intercepted. 45, 40, down to the 33-yard line of Warren Harding.
John Lytle, defensive corner, right there. Really didn't have to move for the interception.
So the first turnover against Warren Harding will give the Big Red 1st and 10 at the Panther 32-yard line.
As we watch again, Waite with a little bit of pressure there, throws the ball and just kind of hung it out there for Lytle to pick off.
1st down, 10 yards to go for Steubenville with 50 seconds remaining first quarter. Lining up with the eye behind Creech, now shifting into the one running back offense. That's done. Yesha Yetz inside the 30, fumbles the football down to the 25 of Warren Harding, I believe, recovered by the Big Red.
Yeah, it was. Number 66 alertly falling on the ball for Steubenville Big Red. That was Ches Jennings, the offensive guard.
The ball squirting all over the place here this evening. 2nd down, 4 yards to go for Steubenville. That could have been the last play of the first quarter. We're down to the 5-second mark remaining quarter number 1, and that indeed will be it. 1 second, and there's the horn indicating the end of the first quarter. So after 1 from Autenkopf Stadium in Warren, Ohio, the score: the Warren Harding Panthers 7, Steubenville nothing. We'll be back with second quarter action, but first we're going to pause for this message.
KitchenAid dishwashers have been around for years with an unequal reputation for quality and reliability. Now KitchenAid introduces a whole new line of appliances: washers and dryers, refrigerators, ranges, built to the highest quality standards.
Lee's Appliance is the only authorized KitchenAid dealer in the county, with full factory service and credit to all qualified buyers. Plus free immediate delivery, free normal installation, and will even haul your old appliance away.
So come on out to Lee's. We're just 15 minutes away in the center of the world.
Your car may have some galvanized parts or a manufacturer's warranty against metal rust-through, but that doesn't mean the car won't rust. For the total protection the metal in every car should have, take it to Tough Coat Tynol. Our 2-step direct spray process penetrates rust-prone weld points in new cars and existing rust in older cars, then seals against future rust. For protection you can rely on, take it to the auto appearance professionals.
Take it to Tough Coat Tynol. Take it to Tough Coat Tynol.
Every meal is a special occasion at Fiore's Ristorante. For over 40 years, Fiore's has been serving fantastic prime rib and mouth-watering steaks. Fiore's is famous for savory lobster and the freshest seafood selections. And Fiore's pasta is perfectly prepared and served with a smile. Choose from one of the most complete menu selections on the Strip and find out why we say Fiore's is fantastic.
Need new kitchen cabinets? Get the best beautiful craft-made cabinets from Modern Home Kitchen and Bath Center, Warren. Craft-made, as easy to live with as they are beautiful. And for your bathroom, there's the craft-made total bathroom concept. A designer look for your bath to fit your personality. For the finest in kitchen and bath cabinets and accessories, Modern Home Kitchen and Bath Center, 1002 West Market in Warren.
Back at Mullenkopf Stadium, we've played quarter number one. The Warren Harding Panthers leading 7-0, outplaying the Steubenville Big Red in that first quarter. The Panthers, the beneficiaries of some rather shoddy play, though, on the part of the Big Red, as a couple of fumbles were recovered, one of which the Panthers immediately capitalized and took into the end zone. First quarter stats supplied by our expert statistician, Bob Church. Warren Harding Panthers, 5 carries, 22 yards. Steubenville Big Red, 9 carries, 46 yards. But in the passing department, Panthers 5 of 10, 1 interception for 49 yards. Total yards, 71 for the Panthers, 46 for the Big Red. Possession time, Harding having that edge, 6:17 to 5:43.
Second down, 4 yards to go out of the wishbone. Sweep time, cutting back inside the 20, flag on the play. We could have holding against the Big Red. Down to the 20-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down, but let's see what the infraction is.
You got it, Cap. Threw it into a pile, and usually that's the indication. And Tony Montana indicating that it is holding.
So instead of a first down and 10 from the Warren Harding 20-yard line, the Big Red will find themselves in second down territory. Back out at the Panther 35-yard stripe. Second down and about 12 yards to go.
As we look again, it was a little bit difficult to see, but there was holding in there somewhere, nullifying a fine gain by Jim Kelly.
Second down, 12 yards to go. Again, out of the wishbone offense behind James Creech. He's going to keep the football, and he's going to be stood up at the 34. Fumble on the play, but after the whistle had blown. Good hit, hard hitting by the Panther defense.
Charles Lilly making the big play, making the stop, forcing the ball loose, but Big Red falling on it.
And helped out by number 9, Mar Hamid. 1 yard pickup on the play. Third down, 11 yards to go for Steubenville from the Warren Harding 34-yard line.
You know, Steubenville did not have a very tough time with Cleveland East, and maybe it's starting to show a little bit. They did not have the intensity necessary probably in that first game because they just walked all over East, and now they've found a little more formidable opponent.
Shovel pass to Danyasha Yetz, and Mar Hamid making the big play at the 31-yard line. 3-yard pickup on the play. That will set up a fourth down situation for Steubenville. Let's see how Reno Sokais plays it. Fourth down, about 9 yards to go from the Panther 31-yard line.
It's a good play, but again, Hamid is there to stop him. Field goal time, huh?
Rusty Ronaldo. This will be a 48-yard attempt. Ball is down, kick is in the air, and the kick is no good, just short. We talked about this young man. At that time, he almost split the uprights. The ball was on dead center for the goalpost, but maybe about a half yard shy. And with 10:22 remaining in the first half, the score remains the Panthers 7 and Steubenville Big Red nothing.
Now, Panthers dodging a bullet, but they did it with good defense. They're hitting hard, forcing fumbles, and I think they got Steubenville a little bit dazed at this point. At least it appears that way. And Panther offense, though, has to keep things going, keep things on the other side of the field so the defense can continue to play its game without getting too tired.
Panthers with the pro set in the backfield behind Clayton Waite. Ball carrier for maybe a yard. Out to the 21-yard line, met by the entire middle of the Steubenville Big Red defense. I think that's Marco Miller, the ball carrier. That'll set up second down, 9 yards to go. Well, let's change that again to number 34, Keith Jordan, who's seeing a lot of activity here this evening for Frank Thomas. One extremely good job that number 34 does on passing situations. He's the blocking back, and that is Jordan calling the timeout for Warren Harding. He's the blocking back whenever Clayton Waits goes on those rollouts, and just watch the job he's doing picking up the defender, the rushing defender for Steubenville Big Red. Clock stopped with 9:47 remaining in the first half. 7-0 Steubenville Big Red on the short end of the score to Warren Harding.
One feature we're going to be able to bring you throughout the football season is a player of the game. Each team will be, with our experts up here, going to be able to select a player of the game for each squad, and TCI Sports will send along a certificate with the name of the player of the game to the school for which he plays, and just a nice feature, a gesture on TCI Sports' part, and our thank you, I guess, to the schools for allowing us to telecast their game. So well-deserving award, and something, a tradition that we're going to try to get started here on TCI Pilot 9. So by the end of the fourth quarter or so, Bob and Cap and myself will put our heads together and see what we can come up with as far as a player of the game is concerned. As you see, the field goal attempt just falling short. And now the Panthers.
Second down, 9 yards to go from their own 21-yard line. Ball carrier, running room, Marco Miller up across the 30, has the first down at the 31-yard line. Marco Miller, 227-pound senior, and there's the man who sprung a key block for him, Lewis Jordan. For the Panthers, first down wise, number 5 in the ball game. I believe the first via the ground. That's right, number 2. Jordan had that 21-yard run back in the first quarter. First down, 10 yards to go from their own 31-yard line. Again, the eye behind quarterback Clayton Waite. Running room, Miller turns the corner, 35. Miller across the 40 up to the 43-yard line. He's like a tank once he gets going. Marco Miller with a 12-yard pickup, and for Warren Harding, their 6th first down of the ball game.
Yeah, watch Marco Miller again. He's got deceiving speed. He does lumber along, but watch once he turns the corner. He really picks it up, sheds a tackle there, and rides another tackler for 2 or 3 more yards. And Miller coming out of the game now. Maybe a bit winded after a couple of fine runs.
McGee, Sean McGee will slot to the right side. Ball carrier, Jordan, 45, 48-yard line of Warren Harding. 5-yard pickup on the play for number 34. Jordan, 185-pound junior. Second down, 5 yards to go for the Panthers.
I'll tell you, Jordan got that 5 yards because of a fine job of the right side of the line. They opened up a gaping hole for him. And if not for a fine play by the secondary and linebackers, he could have gone for more. The right side of the offensive line just cleaned house.
Derek Frazier splitting about 5 to the top of your screen. Eye in the backfield. Vaughn in motion. Ball carrier running for 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Michael Hall of Warren Harding. No flags on the play, and Michael Hall, who recovered that fumbled punt back in the first quarter, takes it 52 yards for the score.
What a great run by Michael Hall. Once he turned the corner, it looked like he might get caught from behind. Watch him shed this tackle, though. Right there, trying to get him by the helmet. Hall said, "I will have none of that." Goes into the end zone. Great 52-yard jaunt, and the Panthers with a 2-touchdown lead, trying to make it 14-0, but timeout. Panthers not quite set for the extra point. It's their second timeout of the half, but probably wisely taken, as this can be an all-important extra point. But what a great job, and, you know, a lot of credit to that offensive line. They did a great job on the right side on one run, come back and open things up for Michael Hall to go through, and then a fine run by Hall once he got into the secondary.
Neil Brown, the tight end, with an excellent block that really sprung Hall through the line of scrimmage, enabled him to start on his jaunt for 52 yards. 80 yards, 5 plays for Warren Harding in the scoring drive. And it comes with 8 minutes, 19 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Well, the Panthers definitely the superior team up to now, as they've got the Big Red baffled. So when Clayton Wade isn't doing the job in the passing department or running department, you've got other people picking it up like Michael Hall. And, you know, Wade made a nice fake on that particular play, which helped spring Hall. It sucked the defense one way.
Goronitis on the extra point attempt. Flags prior to the snap, and I believe Big Red offsides. It'll be encroachment against Steubenville. Let's see how Frank Thomas plays it. It'll move it down to the 1.5 yard line.
That makes it tempting to go for 2 now. Decision time. I think Frank's going to go for 2.
Here comes the offensive backfield led by Clayton Waite.
Have to go with the percentages, and the percentages in this case tell you you can more easily make 1.5 yards than you can 3.
13-0. Warren Harding with the lead. 8 minutes, 19 seconds remaining in the first half of action. Panthers will line it up from the left hash marks. And they'll send Steve Baugh, split about 15 to the right side. Damon Vaughn, the man slotted to that point. Again, one running back behind Clayton Waite. Waite fires for 2. Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Number 29, Derek Frazier, on the receiving end, and the Panthers lead 15-0 with 8 minutes, 19 seconds remaining second quarter.
Let's look at it again. Waite, simple play, just throws to Frazier, who's right there for the extra 2 points. And one more time, Clayton Waite, Frazier coming through across the middle, catching it for the 2 points. 15-0 Panthers. And you'd have to say going into this one, Panthers a decided underdog.
Well, Warren Harding looked extremely good for 3.5 quarters last week against Akron Firestone, leading that ball game 6-0 before Firestone put together their only sustained drive of the ball game and won that game in the last 2 minutes, 7-6. And now leading 15-0 with 8:19 remaining second quarter. Goronitis has the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. And the deep man for the Big Red, Chuck Hython. It'll be taken by one of the up men at the 15 to the 20, trying to get outside across the 25 to the 29-yard line.
Boy, that was a great tackle by Mark Hooks. He gave him the hook, didn't he?
Jim Kelly, there you see him slowly going over to the Big Red bench after returning that kickoff 15 yards, and that's where the Big Red will put it in play. First down, 10 yards to go.
Now watch Mark Hooks. He kind of comes from behind there. He missed him there. Now he says, whoa, let me grab your neck and see what I can do with it.
First down, 10 yards to go. Creech to put it up into the flat. Complete to Danyasha Yates. A little bit of running room across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 6-yard pickup on the play. That'll set up second down, 4 yards to go for Steubenville. Again, number 9, and it's an excellent defensive ball player, ladies and gentlemen. Maham Hamid making the stop.
I'll tell you, the one thing that's impressive about the Panther defense through this first quarter and a half, intensity. They really are playing intense football.
Split backs in the backfield. Ball carrier Yates trying to cut inside, picks up the first down across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Second effort might have got into the 42, and look at, there's a little bit of the intense rivalry going on between these two ball clubs. Marco Miller being settled down on the near sideline. Nevertheless, it is enough for a first down for Steubenville, and for the Big Red first down wise, their third of the ball game. 7 minutes, 21 seconds remaining second quarter. Steubenville trailing 15-0, and Reno Sakaj definitely wanting some points on the board before halftime.
And before things get too far out of control, Tony Montana warning both teams that he will not tolerate any of the nonsense that went on in the last play.
Now running with the eye behind quarterback James Creech. Man in motion. Ball carrier to the 44, and that's about it. Stopped by the right side of the Panther defense. 2-yard pickup on the play. And again, Mar Hamid, number 9, getting off the bottom of the stack. Second down, 8 yards to go. Sawyer will split to the right side. Haynes, the man in motion. Ball carrier running from 50, cuts to the outside of the 45, has a blocker to the 40, 35. Yetz to the 30. Yetz cuts back across the green to the 25. Yetz down to the 20-yard line of Warren Harding. Stephen Baugh coming up to save the touchdown. 36-yard gallop by Danyasha Yetz, and he almost cut across the grain for the TD.
Well, that was just a great run. Once he got into the secondary, he did a lot of this on his own. Nice hole opened up for him. Cuts to the outside, as you see. Panthers in pursuit. Sheds a tackler there, then cuts against the grain. And if it weren't for Baugh cutting across, he's in for 6. And one more time. Makes a good break of the tackle there and picks up down to the 20.
First down, 10 yards to go. Oh, leveled right at the line of scrimmage, the fullback. Dunrick Yetz really stood up at the line of scrimmage by one of the interior linemen for Warren Harding. No gain on the play. Second down, 10 yards to go with 5:45 remaining second quarter. Panthers leading 15-0. Steubenville Big Red again with a fine following that is a tradition among Steubenville fans across the far sideline. Trying to put some points on the board before halftime. 2nd and 10 from the Panther 20. Creech on the flip. Nowhere to go. Maybe a yard pickup down to the 19-yard line.
Panthers came very close on that one to forcing a fumble, as Creech was just barely able to get that one away.
Jim Kelly to tailback the ball carrier. 3rd down. A long 8 yards to go for Steubenville. And the Big Red in 3rd down conversion attempts. 0 for 2 thus far in the contest. They'll send Sawyer to the left side. Yetz moving to the wingback spot on the left side. Creech on the quarterback draw. A little bit of running room, but quickly closed up by the Panthers. Mar Hamid getting a foot on the ankle, helping to bring him down at the 17-yard line. So that will set up 4th down. About 6 yards to go for the Big Red with 4:25 remaining in the half. And Reno Sakaj going for the first down.
Big play here.
Niles Herring splitting to the left side. Man in motion is Haynes. Creech looking. Creech firing over the middle. Tipped away, but a flag on the play. Steve Baugh tipped the ball away from the intended receiver, Herring, at the 5-yard line.
Panthers are happy. Holding Steubenville. Harding will get the ball, declining the penalty.
So the Panther defense holds.
Creech again, throwing across the middle. It was tipped, and there was holding prior to that. Flag went. Hart was in the throat of the Panthers, as that looked like it could have been pass interference based on the timing of the flag. But again, going against the Big Red, Panthers take over. 15-point lead with 3:59 remaining in the half.
Panther defense holds, Steubenville offense holds, and it all results in Warren Harding getting the football with just under 4 minutes remaining second quarter. Clayton Waite leading 15-0. For the Panthers to keep it on the ground primarily from this point on, and why not? 30-yard line. Oh, cut back that opening, but couldn't take advantage of it.
That was Michael Hall again who broke the 52-yarder for the touchdown, and had it not been for that yard stripe coming up and tripping him, he could have maybe gone again.
29-yard line, first down for Warren Hutting. Number 8 in the first down column for the Panthers. Frazier will split to the right side. Again, the eye behind quarterback Clayton Waite. Vaughn in motion. Ball carrier across the 30 to the 32-yard stripe. That's Marco Miller picking up 3. Second down, 7 yards to go for the Panthers. Steubenville still with all 3 timeouts remaining. Warren Harding down to their final timeout. As you look at the Panther bench, and a lot of pleased folks on the near side.
There you see some of the games coming up. Champion Newton Falls Friday, September 18th at 11, and Saturday the 19th at 11. Then Harding at Howland next week as well. We'll show you those replay times again.
Running room, Marco Miller, 50, 40, Miller 30, Miller 25, Miller out of bounds at the Big Red 20-yard line. No flags on the play, and the Panther running game 500 times improved over what it was last week against Akron Firestone.
And Marco Miller never did go down. Watch this run. He cuts across, goes for the sidelines, decides he's going to run down here, knows he's going to get hit, but boom. It's the defender who goes down.
47-yard gallop for Marco Miller. First and 10 as we look at it again at the Big Red 21-yard line. Waite, Hall, inside the 20 down to the 19. And Warren Harding right now having Steubenville flags all over the place. Panthers having Steubenville rocking on their heels here in the second quarter. And tempers, some frustration starting to show on the part of the Steubenville Big Red.
A well-placed flag there. There was no question about it. And now the Big Red losing its cool a little bit here. Down 15-0. They're not used to being on the losing side of the ledger. They haven't for the last 20 games. They haven't lost. And now the Panthers frustrating the Big Red, and they've just got to keep going at them. Because Steubenville's a very capable team of coming back. So Panthers trying to develop a killer instinct here. If they could get another touchdown before the end of the half, could really have the Big Red wondering.
Sean McGee slotted right side. First and goal for Warren Hutting. Clayton Waite into the end zone, incomplete. Good defense on the part of the Big Red secondary. Intended receiver, I believe, was Frazier. Incompleted pass will stop the clock with 2:16 remaining second quarter. Second down, goal to go for the Warren Hutting Panthers.
You know, you expected with Clayton Waite's arm that the Panther passing game would be a factor in this one. But what's been especially surprising and pleasantly surprising is the great running of Michael Hall and Marco Miller. Marcus Miller's not even here, is he?
Second down, goal to go from the Big Red. 10 flag on the play, and I believe the Panthers took a little too much time. Second delay of game against Warren Hutting. That's about the only thing they've done wrong here this evening. That'll move it back out to the 15 and set up, second down, 15 yards to go for the Warren Hutting touchdown. Offensive line doing a superb job here in the first half. As Frazier will split to the right side. 2:10 remaining first half. Wait to put it up. Wait firing in the end zone. Incomplete.
Frazier wanted the interference call, but it wasn't there. It was good defensive play.
Leon Sawyer providing the defensive pass coverage for Big Red as we look at it again.
Kind of the alley-oop, where Waite just kind of lofts it up there, hoping Frazier can run under it. Frazier almost running out of room, and Just a nice defensive play there by Leon Sawyer.
Third down, 15. From the Steubenville 15-yard line. Waits again, under pressure, passing, intercepted. 10, 15, running with 20, 30, 40, 50, 40, 30, 25, 20, 10, touchdown Steubenville Big Red.
John Lytle goes the distance coast to coast. 98 yards, it looked like. Or 88 yards on the interception return.
What a rapid turn of events with 1:47 remaining second quarter.
I guess that's why they won 20 in a row. They take advantage of opportunities here. Lytle, after the tip, actually it was 95 yards on the return as we see him intercepted at the 5 and go the distance. Nobody within 5 yards of him as he prances into the end zone and gets the Big Red back in the ball game.
See if the Big Red goes for the 2 points. This timeout, they're utilizing their first timeout of the first half. What a bad break for Clayton Waite. Ball was tipped by the intended receiver right into the arms of Lytle, and he rambled the 95 yards for the touchdown. Just before halftime, you got to kind of wonder what kind of effect it's going to have on both ball clubs.
Well, that's true. It's a definite lift. Let's look again. Champion in Newton Falls. That'll be played next Friday, and we'll replay it at 11 on September the 18th and at 11 a.m. on the 19th. And then these Harding Panthers will be at Howland, and that'll be replayed on Friday the 25th. It'll be played on Friday the 25th, replayed at 11 p.m. and then Saturday again at 11 a.m. So we've got some great football coming up. Let's keep on looking. Struthers versus Warren JFK, Friday, October 2nd at 11 and Saturday at 11 a.m. And then Youngstown South at Warren Western Reserve, Saturday, October 3rd and Sunday, October 4th. Note those times, 11 p.m. on the night that they play, 11 a.m. on the following morning.
Going for the 2-point conversion with the wishbone behind quarterback James Creech. Creech on the bootleg, gonna be hit short of the goal line. Good defense on the part of Marco Miller.
Boy, Marco Miller just stood Creech up. And that's an important, very important stop because Steubenville now has to score twice. Watch again, Creech wanting to pitch it. Nothing was there. Thought he saw green, but Marco Miller closed the gap quickly and brought him down. So 15-6 our score, 1:47 remaining in the half.
There you see the return men for Frank Thomas's ball club. Steve Baugh to the left side. Sam Sutton on the near side.
Boy, and now that penalty against Steubenville on Harding's extra point attempt becomes very important as the Panthers were able to put 2 on the board to make it 15-6. 9-point difference right now.
Panthers only have 10 men on the kickoff return unit. There comes number 11 on the field.
They're playing well, but not that well, huh?
Rusty Ronaldo to do the kicking for Steubenville with 1:47 remaining in the half. Panthers drove all the way down to the 10-yard line of the Big Red before Lytle with one of the big plays of the ball game. Onside kick.
No, it didn't go far enough. And a Big Red player touched it. Panthers will get the ball.
They're going to mark it down at the Steubenville 47-yard line. That's where it was touched by one of the kickoff defense team of Big Red. Remember, the ball has to go at least 10 yards before the kicking team can recover.
Now, interesting decision now facing Frank Thomas. Are you content to go in leading by 9? You've got good field position.
Got excellent field position. 1:47 remaining in the half. Clayton Wade Running room, Michael Hall, no, quickly closed up by the Big Red. At the 45-yard line of Steubenville. In fact, they're going to mark him down at the 46, about a yard pickup on the play. Now let's give him two, call it second down, 8 yards to go for Warren Harding. Big Red still with 2 timeouts remaining, 1:25 remaining first half. Keith Jordan checking back in for Sam Sutton in the Warren Harding offensive backfield. High in the backfield, Clayton waits, second down, 8 yards to go. Vaughn, the man in motion. Ball carrier, again, Hall flag on the play, right where you might anticipate offensive holding.
That's what the indication is.
See how Coach Sekash plays it right here. However, 3rd and 9. He wants the ball back. He's declining the penalty.
Yeah, not a bad move. Saves him a timeout as well. No, it doesn't. Clock's going to start since they declined the penalty. Now they'll call the timeout. So the net gain was the fact that they gained it down.
Reno's hot. Reno is hot. We're going to be right back after this message. What's he?
TCI, cable TV, another command performance. With comedy, laughter, we got what you're after. The sports and the news that give you the view. The movies, the dramas, you can watch it in pajamas. The rockin' and rollin', the music that's flowing. It's an easy decision. TCI cable television. Always a command performance for you.
On 3rd down, 8 yards to go. Keith Jordan on the dive play picked up 2 yards, and immediately Reno Sekash calling for the timeout to stop it with 50 seconds remaining second quarter. That'll set up a 4th down situation for Warren Harding. 4th down, about 7 yards to go, and Randy Wilson and the punt unit in for Frank Thomas's ball club.
And you know, Sekash has one thing in mind here. We're going to try to block this one. Sure, he's instructed the troops that way, and of course, if he does, the Big Red could be sitting in excellent field position. They've used now 2 timeouts. They've used 3 timeouts. So a definite blocking situation here. They wouldn't be setting up for the return because time will not allow them to march the distance if the punt does get away.
Randy Wilson to do the booting from his own 42-yard line, and Big Red has 2 men back deep. You would anticipate the punt rush right now. Here they come. Punt by Wilson. Nice one. Taken, fumbled, and recovered down at the 2, still live ball. And let's see, the Panthers have recovered.
Oh, what a big recovery. I think it may have been, for the Panthers, it may have been Keith Jordan down there.
Recovering the football for Warren Harding, number 38. Kerry McQueen.
Watch again. The hit is put on and a struggle for the football. There was a bunch of them there. So it was either Jordan or McQueen.
1st down, goal to go for the Panthers from the Big Red 2-yard line. 27 seconds remaining second quarter. Panthers by 9. Ball carrier down to the 1-yard line. Marco Miller, the ball carrier. Now we're down to 16 seconds, and the Panthers are calling for a timeout. Their 3rd and final timeout of the first half. Stops it with 16 ticks remaining. It'll be 2nd down. 1 yard to go for the Warren Harding touchdown.
Well, the one thing you don't want to have happen here, unless you kick the field goal right now, but if you're going to run a couple of plays, make sure that it's a passing play.
And Yasiah Yetz on the fumble punt. And again, we go back to last week when twice that happened against Akron Firestone. That's the 2nd time tonight that the same thing has occurred against Steubenville Big Red.
Got to give the Panther special teams a little bit of credit there, as
Sure do.
they're right down there on the football, not allowing for the miscue. Sometimes you can make the mistake as a punt returner and still look good, but Panthers have been right there in their faces.
Situation, second down, 1 yard to go for Warren Harding from the Big Red 1 yard line. Leading 15-6, 16 seconds remaining in the half and out of timeouts. Boy, this will be a big score for Frank Thomas's ball club if they can get it. 2nd and 1. Clayton waits with a power eye behind him. Clayton waits to Miller. Touchdown!
There you go. You got it on the run.
5-play, Marco Miller scoring his first touchdown of the ball game to make it 21-6 with 14 seconds remaining in the first half.
It was risky going up the middle with that one, because if you don't make it, you may not have time. But Marco Miller, behind some fine blocking of the offensive line, takes the ball into the end zone. What a big touchdown that is.
And Lewis, Goronitis to attempt. Ball is down, kick is in the air, flags all over the place. They're not even going to count the kick by Goronitis. Procedure against Warren Harding. They will try it again. This time, Goronitis will be kicking from about the 15-yard line, making it the equivalent of a 25-yard extra point attempt. McGee to do the holding. Ball is down, kick is in the air, and the kick is no good. Wide to the left, 21-6 with 14 seconds remaining in the first half. And Warren Harding playing excellent football here in the first 2 quarters of play and really capitalizing on a lot of Steubenville mistakes.
There you see Miller busting over for the touchdown. Extra point fails, but it's 21-6 Panthers over the Big Red. And it could have been easy for the Panthers to die, so to speak, after Steubenville taking an interception into the end zone and then stopped looking like they were going to stop the Panthers, but then the punt and subsequent recovery by the Panthers gave them new life. And as we mentioned, the 15-point margin with 14 seconds left in the first half.
Marcus Jones to do the kicking guy, probably will squib kick it. Do not want a long return in this situation. I think it's a nice kickoff. That's going to roll all the way to the end zone. Picked up by one of the Big Red ball players, and he gets back to the 5, still on his feet up to the 6-yard line. 8 seconds remaining in the first half, and Steubenville Big Red definitely in a big daze right now, trailing 21-6. Now you got to give a lot of credit on that touchdown run by Marco Miller to the blocking of the right side of his offensive line, in particular Joe Liberatore, Jim Infante the center, and the right tackle, the veteran for this Warren Harding offensive line, Charles Lilly. First down, 10 yards to go, and there is the whistle indicating the end of the first half. So at halftime, here at Mollenkoff Stadium in Warren, Ohio, the school, the Panthers 21, Steubenville Big Red 6, and we'll be back with halftime information, statistics, and more for you. But first, we're going to pause for this message.
All right.
Statistics categories. Some impressive figures here by the Panthers, largely because of long runs. Marco Miller with 75 yards and 8 carries, but his long was on his 6th running play of the game, in which he rambled for 48 yards. Michael Hall, of course, with his 52-yard touchdown, but he had an additional 16 yards for 68 yards. In the passing category, it's been Frazier on the receiving end of 4 of the 5 completions, good for 32 of the 40 yards. For the Steubenville Big Red, the leading rusher is Danyasha Yetz, 44 yards in 3 carries. Jim Kelly has 24 yards in 3 carries. And as we mentioned, in the passing department, Creech hasn't put it up often enough, but Yetz has been the receiver on the receptions for Steubenville Big Red. So that gives you an idea of the team and individual statistics. Cap?
You know, you got to go back to the opening of the ball game, Harry. You mentioned the fact that Clayton Waits, I think 5 of the first 6 plays for Warren Harding were passing plays, and he caught Steubenville looking for the pass, and that, in essence, opened up that running game. And that offensive line just doing a superb job as far as blocking is concerned, not only on pass protection for Clayton Waite, but giving the backs the ability to turn in the long gainers. And as a result, you see a Warren Harding team that's actually physically intimidating a very tough Steubenville Big Red team in the first 2 quarters of play.
No, they really are. You have to give Frank Thomas a lot of credit. I think the game plan has been executed perfectly. I think he wanted to come out, showing pass. He was successful with the pass, and as a result of that, it opened up the run, and as a result, Michael Hall and Marco Miller able to open things up on the ground. That has been the big surprise, I guess, of this game, and it does definitely have the Big Red off balance.
Let's bring in Bob Church, and Bob, you've watched many a Warren Harding ball game, and you got to be extremely pleased with what's happening here in the first 2.
Second half of action underway. As we mentioned, the Panthers kicking off toward the south goal, and here to bring you the second half of action as he did the first half, John Caparenas. Cap?
Thank you very much, Harry Patus. There you saw Kelly, the deep man for Steubenville Big Red. And kicking it off for Warren Harding will be Marcus Jones. 21-6 the score. The Panthers with the lead, and Big Red will have their hands on the football to start the 3rd quarter. Drizzling rain here at Malden Cup. Short kick by the Panthers. It'll be taken at the 32, to the 35, up to the 38-yard line. Wanting to keep it away from the speed of Kelly and Danielle Yetz. At any rate, Steubenville will put it in play. First down, 10 yards to go at their own 39-yard line. And again, let's go through that Big Red backfield for you. The quarterback, number 8, James Creech. The fullback, number 32, running out of that spot most of the first half. That's Dunrick Yetz for Big Red. And the tailback, either Jim Kelly or number 21, Danyasha Yetz. High in the backfield. Creech gives the ball to the tailback for maybe 2 as he crosses the 40 to the 41-yard line.
Again, Marco Miller right on top of the play. He's been all over the place, defensively and offensively for that matter, in this one.
Steubenville last week against Cleveland South picking up nearly 300 yards on the ground, and here in the first 2 quarters plus, Big Red right at the 102-yard mark gained rushing. In fact, Warren Harding, as Harry Patus indicated in the first half statistics, doing a much better job of keeping it on the ground. 174 total yards rushing. Flat pass, that could have been a lateral, folks. Fortunately for the Big Red, it went out of bounds. It's going to be a lateral, and it's going to be out of bounds to the Big Red on a loss of 8, all the way back to the 33-yard line.
It was almost as though that ball just squirted out of Creech's hand. Threw it down around the ankles, and that's going to be, as we mentioned, a factor because it is raining. Ball's going to tend to be a little bit slippery.
Big Red 0 for 3 in 3rd down conversion attempts in the first half.
And Creech again throwing the ball at the ankles behind the intended receiver, so it does go out of bounds as though it were a fumble.
One back behind senior quarterback James Creech, who will put it up. Fires deep, passes incomplete at the 45-yard line of the Panthers.
Nice hit there on the part of Steve Baugh.
Kelly, the intended receiver, we're going to look at it again on the incompletion. That'll set up a punting situation for Steubenville.
Steve Baugh, a Panther in weight. Boom. No chance for number 23, Jim Kelly, to hang on to the football. And the ball was slightly overthrown anyway.
Terrace settles to do the booting. Low snap from center, but he gets it away. A nice spiraling kick. Fair catch indicated and grabbed at the Warren Harding 38-yard line. Number 28, Sam Sutton, fielding the punt by Settles, and Warren Harding will put it in play. First down, 10 yards to go. 35-yard punt by Settles.
Good defensive series there by the Panthers. It was important, again, to keep the momentum and keep Steubenville's offense off the field, and they did so.
First down, 10 yards to go. Keith Jordan, the up back in the I formation. Ball carrier is Miller. Second effort will get him across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Give him a negative 4-yard pickup on the play and call it second down and 6 yards to go for Warren Hutting. Mike Kromalik from his defensive left end position making the stop for Steubenville. Second down, 6 yards to go. Frazier will split about 7 to the near side. Again, the eye behind Clayton Waite. Miller on the dive, up close to the 45-yard line. 3-yard pickup, that'll set up third and a long 3 yards to go for Warren Hutting. Greg Bell, defensive right tackle, making initial contact for the Steubenville defense. So Warren Hutting with their first third down conversion attempt of the second half. Panthers 1 for 3 in third down conversions in quarters 1 and 2. And here with 9 minutes, 40 seconds remaining third quarter, Frank Thomas will send Frazier split to the left side. Eye in the backfield. Ball carrier Miller needs a block, turns the corner. Second effort should get him the first down. Very close at the 48-yard line. It depends on where they spot him out of bounds.
I would think by the spot he did get it.
We may have our first measurement. No, we aren't. First down for Warren Hutting. First down, number 11 for the Panthers. Keeps the drive alive with 9:27 remaining third quarter. Michael Hall in at the tailback spot in place of Marco Miller. 21-6 the Panthers with the lead, and Warren Hutting sending Damon Vaughn flank to the left side. Hall has a blocker. 48-yard line of Steubenville. Good pursuit on the part of the Big Red defense, in particular number 7, the defensive right tackle Greg Bill. Will go as a 3-yard pickup for Michael Hall and set up second down, 7 yards to go for the Panthers. Down to 9 minutes remaining, third quarter. Steubenville on a 20-game regular season winning streak. It's in jeopardy right now. Wait to put it up. Fires. Pass incomplete at the 40-yard line. Pass was there, but I think O'Neal Brown, the intended receiver, unable to hold on to it. That'll set up third down for Warren Hutting and stops the clock with 8 minutes, 44 seconds remaining, quarter number 3.
First pass of the second half. Waite's having trouble completing them here recently after completing 5 in a row. But in that case, not really Clayton's fault.
Double slot right side. Keith Jordan, the blocking back. Waite fires, incomplete, almost picked off. Tell you, if number 81, Del Vincent, gets his hands on that, folks, we could have another touchdown run on an intercepted pass by Steubenville, but the pass overthrown for the incompletion. Fourth down, punting situation for Warren Hutting.
As we look again, the footing a little bit tough there. Ball went right through Frazier. Or, I'm sorry, it was Steve Baugh who was split wide and went through his hands, but again, he had a little trouble with his footing, and that's going to be a factor as this one continues.
Ooh, Randy Wilson almost had it blocked. Ball will take a lateral hop at the 23 and be down at the Big Red 24-yard line. 8 minutes, 33 seconds remaining third quarter. 25-yard boot, no return. And Steubenville Big Red, for the second time in the third quarter, will have their hands on the football.
Big Red going, as they're going toward the north, definitely with the wind, and the wind is whipping. The flag is starched toward the north side.
High in the backfield. Sweep time. Danyasha Yates crosses the 30, still on his feet. 35, almost broke it up to the 39-yard line. 15-yard pickup for Yetz. First down for Steubenville Big Red. Number 6 on the night. Comes with 8 minutes, 14 seconds remaining third quarter.
This is where sure tackling really comes into play. Panthers have to make sure that they've got the guy. And it's very easy for an offensive back to slip away when things are as slick as they are right now.
First man through the up back in the I formation, number 32, Dunrick Yetz, the ball carrier. A little bit of an ankle problem for Michael Hall on the near sideline. 5-yard pickup by Dunrick Yetz. Second down, 5 yards to go for Steubenville. Big Red trailing 21-6 with 7:40 remaining third quarter. Running out of the pro set in the backfield. Again, the ball carrier Yetz across the 50, powers his way down to the Panther 45-yard line. Dunrick Yetz starting to pick up steam in the rushing game. First down, number 7 for Steubenville. And right now, the Big Red just relying on power football to try to get momentum going. Again on the dive. 6-yard pickup. Dunrick Yetz for the third consecutive time. Pickup of 6 on the play. Second down, 4 yards to go. 7 minutes remaining third quarter. You almost see Reno Sakai saying, hey, let's scrap the wide stuff. Let's just try to shove it down their throats.
That's just the way he is. That's the way his team is. They're just going to dance with the one that brung them, I guess.
High in the backfield, ball carrier Danyasha Yetz. Danyasha Yetz to the 36, about a yard shy of the necessary yardage. Good defense on the part of Marco Miller, who's played one whale of a ball game for Frank Thomas. Third down, 1 yard to go for Steubenville, and almost bet the bank on it that Reno Sakai, down by 15, considers this most definitely 4-down territory. Pro set in the backfield. Oh, good defense by the Panthers. It should be shy of the first down.
Boy, he squirted forward, though. He got up to about the 35-yard stripe.
Gonna be close. And we'll have our first measurement of the ball game.
That was tremendous second effort to get to where he got.
Met by the entire left side of the Warren Harding defense, but see if that second spurt got him the first down.
I think he may have gotten it. Let's see. Yep. Guess not.
Needs about an inch. Fourth down, inches to go from the Warren Harding 35.5-yard line with 6:13 remaining third quarter.
Now, make a prediction here. Yetz will get the ball.
Fourth down, inches to go from the Warren Harding 35-yard line. High in the backfield. Yetz gets the ball, and he powers his way for the first down. Close to the 33-yard line, just following the interior of his offensive line. Center Jason Ronaldo leading the charge, along with right guard Todd Christian. First down for Steubenville, number 8 in the ball game. They're third in this drive. Just saw Chuck Thomas, younger brother of head coach Frank Thomas, shouting some instructions to the Panther bench. Sweep time, flag on the play. Down to the 31-yard line, but we could have holding against the Big Red. Marco Miller shaken up on the play for Warren Harding, and a man slow getting up for Steubenville Big Red, but let's see what the infraction is. It is holding against Steubenville.
Big penalty. Big Red was getting to the point where they were rolling quite well, picking up 4 and 5 yards at a time. That time Jim Kelly with a decent gain, but that will be brought back. And there you see Marco Miller being administered to. You saw earlier the fact that Michael Hall was having a problem, so 2 excellent running backs for the Panthers, hopefully with minor injuries.
Ronnie Savangros, the trainer for Warren Harding, administering the aid to number 22, Marco Miller. At any rate, the 15-yard mark-off against Steubenville, or the 10-yard mark-off, moves it back to the 44-yard line and sets up first down, 20 yards to go for Steubenville with 5:49 remaining here in the third quarter. So now you got to get away from that power football aspect just a little bit when you have 20 yards to go. They're going to send number 88, John Haynes, split to the right side. Creech puts it in the air. Pass is complete. Kelly blockers 40 out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Modified screenplay employed by Steubenville Big Red that time around. A pickup of, let's call it 9 and call it second down, 11 yards to go for the Big Red.
As you look again, Kelly just on the swing pass, picking it up, had good blockers in front of him, and that's one way in a long yardage situation to pick up a chunk of yards.
Niles Herring will split to the right side. Ball carrier, running room 30, 27-yard line of Warren Hutting. I believe Kelly the ball carrier.
Can't you just see the momentum shifting, though? It's Steubenville, just unrelentless, really, in its ability to move the ball against the Panthers. What the Panthers need to have happen here to take the air out of the balloon is some type of a turnover.
Unsportsmanlike conduct flag, dead ball penalty against Warren Hutting. Boy, that was thrown way after the play was over.
I don't know if there was some taunting going on. That's the only thing I can figure out.
And that's going to move it half the distance from the 28-yard line down to about the 14-yard line of Warren Hutting. And Frank Thomas does not want the poise to break at this juncture of the ball game. 5:11 remaining in the third. Panthers leading 21-6, but Steubenville Big Red. First down, 10 yards to go at the Warren Hutting 14-yard line.
Boy, that's highly unusual, especially at the time that penalty flag was thrown. It had to have been something that was said
either to one of the Steubenville ball players or to one of the officials.
Right.
That was way after the play was over. First down, 10 yards to go. High in the backfield. Creech to Yetz. Down to about the 10-yard line. Pickup of 4 on the play. In fact, let's give Kelly the ball. Jim Kelly with a pickup of 3 on the play. Second down. 7 yards to go for the Big Red first down. 10 yards to go for the Steubenville touchdown. 4:30 remaining third quarter. Ball carrier Yetz, running room 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, touchdown. Dunya Yetz with the TD with 4:19 remaining in the third quarter, and that will make it a 21-12 score.
You can almost feel it as you watch Yetz here with good second effort getting into the end zone. But what I'm talking about is the feeling that Steubenville has just decided we're going to go right after this game, and we're going to do it on the ground and just try to stop us. That's kind of the attitude that you see out there. And whatever Reno Sakash has told his crowd or his crew at halftime certainly has worked. It has motivated them.
Big Red going for the 2-point conversion. Wishbone in the backfield. Creech with the long count. Creech gives the ball to Yetz, and he will not make it. Stopped shy of the goal line. Big defensive play by Warren Hutting. Big Red still needs 2 more scores to score with 4:19 remaining in the third. Warren Hutting 21. Steubenville 12 and 11 play 76-yard drive by the Big Red. It took them 4 minutes and 21 seconds to do it. And Denrick Yetz from the 10-yard line took it over for the touchdown.
Impressive drive by the Big Red. Now it behooves the Panthers to run some time off the clock and get a drive of its own going here. 4:19 remaining third quarter. Big Red chewed up some clock, but you just cannot sit on a lead, especially a 9-point lead now, when you've got a team like the Big Red, which has shown that they can move the football. That was a clutch drive by Steubenville. So Panthers now trying to avoid the mistake and see if they can't get a drive of their own, Cap.
Rusty Ronaldo to do the kicking out for Steubenville. Nice kick out. That will send ball, and there's a flag on the play. So we will not have the kickoff return. Might have been Big Red was offside. Arnie Kratz is throwing the yellow marker. And that's exactly what it is. 5-yard mark off against Steubenville, so Ronaldo will have to kick the ball off from his 35-yard line. There's Steve Baugh, one of the deep men for Warren Harding, back at his own 10-yard line. Sam Sutton right along with him to the right side of your screen. And the Panthers leading 21-12. Again, Ronaldo has the ball teed up. Whip kick, fielded by one of the up men at the 35, and hit up at the 38-yard line of Warren Harding. That's where the Panthers will put it in play. First down, 10 yards to go. It was Mar Hamid returning the kickoff for 3 yards. And Warren Harding, for the second time in the half, has their hands on the football. Now their lead down to 9, 21-12, with 4:14 remaining here in the third quarter.
The tendency here is to keep watching the clock, hoping it's going to wind down. But Panthers, of course, would like to get something going here and not have to worry about the clock.
Vaughn, the man in motion. Ball carrier Miller for a couple. Gets close to the 40-yard line. Good gang tackling on the part of Steubenville. Going to give him a 2-yard pickup on the play and call it second down, 9 yards to go. Jim Kelly making initial contact on Marco Miller. Now the Panthers starting to play with the clock just a bit, taking their time in the huddle. Vaughn will flank to the left side, eye in the backfield. Clayton Waite. Looking, firing, tipped away, and look out.
Ooh, the fans and Panther bench wanted a personal foul.
Leon Sawyer tipped it away before all the collision occurred. It'll go as an incompletion and set up third down, 8 yards to go for the Panthers.
It was a good hit, but was it an extended hit? That's the question here.
Kelly's defense, he didn't know if he caught the ball or not.
Well, that's really true. Jim Kelly administering the hit, and the Panther fans are in a frenzy here.
Third down and long. Clayton Waite under pressure. Screen pass. Has blockers, but a good defensive play by Danyasha Yetz. Trips up the ball carrier at the Panther 43-yard line. If Yetz misses that tackle, that play has distinct long play possibilities for Warren Harding.
Well, that was a good call, too, because they were coming, and they were pumped after the last hit, and Keith Jordan was right there, but Yetz came up to make a big play.
Wilson to do the booting with 2:40 remaining third quarter. Low snap. Gets the kick away. It will hit at the 30, roll inside the 20, inside the 15, and be down at the 13-yard line of Steubenville. Big Red. 43-yard boot by Wilson, no return, and Steubenville down 21-12. Will have it with 2 minutes, 30 seconds remaining third quarter from their own 12-yard line.
That was a nice punt. Good punt. And Yetz electing the ball to roll really cost the Big Red about 15 yards on that punt. So let's see if the Panther defense is up to the task here.
High in the backfield, Dunrick gets the ball carrier, working his way across the 15. Might have got up to the 16-yard line. Good defense on the far side. Number 38 for the Panthers, Kerry McQueen, assisting on the tackle. Second down, 7 yards to go for Steubenville. Less than 2 minutes remaining in the third. Pro set in the backfield. Man in motion as Creech will put it up. Creech under pressure. Creech going to run. Creech running room up to the 20 to the 21-yard line. Pickup of about 7 on the play. That'll set up third down, and let's call it a long 2 yards to go for Steubenville.
Creech showed a lot of savvy there. You can tell he's been on the field a few times, as it appeared as though nothing was going to come of that, but found something on the right side and took full advantage for 7 yards.
Big Red 1 out of 4 in third down conversion. Ball carrier Yates across the 25 has the first down at the Big Red. Let's see where they're going to spot it. I think at the 25-yard line. Nevertheless, first down for Steubenville, number 10 in the contest. It comes with less than a minute remaining in the third quarter. 21-12. Warren Harding with the lead. Ball carrier Yates. Good defense by the Panthers. Pickup of 1 on the play. Randy Wilson assisting on this stop. That'll set up second down, 8 yards to go for Steubenville. Could be the last play of the third quarter coming up. Again with the eye. Ball carrier Yates is tripped up right at the line of scrimmage. Again, good defense on the part of Warren Harding, and with 5 ticks remaining in the third quarter, that should about do it. 1 second, and there is the whistle indicating the end of the third quarter. So after 3 at Mollenkoff Stadium in Warren, Ohio, the score. The Panthers 21, Big Red 12. We'll be back. But first, we're going to pause for this message.
The newest, most up-to-date home building center in the entire area is Capps Newton Lumber. Capps has everything you need for your home, from windows and doors to paneling and cabinets. And Capps has complete hardware, electrical, and plumbing departments. Capps features brand name items such as Armstrong ceilings, Peachtree windows, Owens Corning shingles, Stanley tools, Makita power tools, Bruce hardwood floors, Aristocraft kitchens, and Pro hardware. Capps Newton Lumber Home Building Center, located 1 mile east of the Turnpike on Route 5. Now in our second year at our new location. Franklin Pharmacy and Healthcare Center at 1732 Youngstown Road in Warren offers the finest surgical supplies and durable medical equipment. While complete prescription service is still our specialty, we offer everything needed to ensure your comfort. Franklin has the largest ostomy department between Cleveland and Pittsburgh, with a qualified aide on hand who knows your requirements. You'll also find the area's widest selection of home and hospital medical equipment for sale or rent. That's Franklin Pharmacy and Healthcare Center. For your good health, we've got it all.
It's been a long day at the office. You worked hard being brilliant and creative. But now it's 5 o'clock. You're free.
First play of the fourth quarter, third down, long yardage. There's a flat pass, running room 30, 35, 40, running room 50, 46-yard line. Danyasha Yates, and saving the touchdown, Steve Baugh for Warren Harding.
And Baugh is hurt on the tackle.
27-yard pickup on the first play of the fourth quarter. And Steve Baugh, one of the stalwarts both offensively and defensively for the Panthers, shaken up on the play, but could be a cramp.
Yeah.
Ronnie Savangros is administering to him.
He's in a lot
definitely
of pain.
saved 6.
Yeah, it really did. It was a fine play. Nothing too tricky about it, just a swing pass. And once Yates turns on the Jets, if you'll pardon the rhyme, he can really be tough to bring down. But Baugh with a perfect tackle, getting him at the ankles. saved the touchdown. Let's just hope it's not serious for Steve Baugh. And he is up on his feet and off on his own, under his own power.
That's right. Once Jets puts on the Jets, the defense will be put to the test. Had to try it.
Is that iambic pentameter?
Baugh coming out of the ball game. First down, 10 yards to go for Steubenville Big Red. 10 seconds gone, fourth quarter. 21-12, the Panthers with the lead, but again, Steubenville on the move. Jets with blockers out of bounds on the near sideline at the 40-yard line. Student body right that time, just the power sweep for a pickup of 5. And going out of bounds stops the clock with 11:41 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Interesting occurrence occurred at the end of the third quarter as Bob Church handed us the stats. Steubenville now owns time of possession, 19:04 to Warren Harding's 16:56. So Big Red turning things around in that third quarter.
Ball carrier Jets again on the sweep inside the 35, has the first down out of bounds at the 32-yard line. Working the short side of the field, and for Steubenville, their 12th first down, make it their 13th first down of the ball game.
My time! My time!
And a man shaken up, and again it's Steve Baugh, number 13, I believe, on the near sideline.
He must have a cramping problem. You know, we're starting to see now why Reno Suckash is the successful coach that he is. Whatever he told his team at halftime, they've come out and just dominated the line of scrimmage. And now, with time running out somewhat, with 11:36 remaining in the game, instead of plowing it up the middle, he's going to the outside. And Jets is getting the big yardage, getting knocked out of bounds, and it has the same effect as a passing game.
First down, 10 yards to go at the Warren Harding 33-yard line. James Creech again on the sweep. This time, Jets is hit by Marco Miller. Thrown for a big loss back at the 37-yard line.
Also there was Randy Wilson.
Well, it's a 3-yard loss. They're going to spot the hit at the 36-yard line. Solid second down, 13 yards to go for Steubenville.
Look at it again, and there you see the hit. Miller and also Wilson helping out on the tackle, and that's the first loss for Jets in this contest. That is Denyasva Jets.
Split backs. Uh-oh, looked like a busted play, and Creech going to turn it into something inside the 30 down to the 29-yard line. I don't know how that play was designed or what it was supposed to do, but James Creech is looking for his tight end to come running across for a shovel pass, I do believe. Didn't see him. Couldn't find him and turned it into about a 7-yard pickup.
I think he was thinking reverse here, but actually his tight end was doing the blocking on the play, and it was Lilly who came up to make the stop. The tight end, John Haynes, I think got crossed up a little bit. He threw a block instead of getting the football.
Third down, 6 yards to go from the Warren Harding 29-yard line. Ball carrier Danyasha Jets for nothing. No gain on the play. Randy Wilson again and on the stop, along with number 32 from his defensive back position, Marcus Jones. And that will set up the big play of the ball game. Fourth down, 6 yards to go from the Warren Harding 29-yard line. In fact, it's such a big play that, well, the officials are calling timeout because Marco Miller being helped over to the sideline. Might have been an equipment problem, Harry.
Yeah, it seems to be holding out his hand. I don't know if it's an injury or what, but Marco Miller's going to come out of the game.
Fourth down, 6 yards to go from the Warren Harding 29-yard line, and the Big Red down by 12. Comes out of the huddle. Sawyer to the left side. Creech to put it up. Creech under pressure. Andre Creech gonna be nailed. Back at the 35-yard line. Number 38, who's come up with some big plays tonight for the Panthers. Defensive right end, Terry McQueen, making the stop of James Creech. And the Panther defense holds with 9:27 remaining fourth quarter.
Boy, what a great defensive play and a great defensive stand by the Panthers. And now you can start looking at the clock a little bit more. 9:20 remaining. It's running. You've got a 9-point lead. It takes 2 scores to beat you. Panthers not wanting to take too many chances in this situation. It'd be nice to get a couple first downs, though.
From their own 35, ball carrier Miller breaks one tackle, turns the corner. 40, still on his feet up to the 44, 45-yard line. And a flag on the play.
It's going
Could
to
have a face mask against Steubenville.
either face mask or personal foul. There was a little bit too much activity after Miller went down.
10-yard pickup by Marco Miller, close to the first down, and we're going to tack some more onto the Big Red on the personal foul. 15 more yards against Steubenville will move it down to the Big Red 40-yard line. And the Steubenville throng on the far side just speechless at the moment.
There you see them. They're kind of wet. They didn't bring their umbrellas. What's the matter? Didn't they think it was going to rain in Warren? Actually, it stopped raining, folks. I'm only kidding you.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball carrier, no running room for, I think that might have been Hall. It was number 44, Michael Hall. Second down, 10 yards to go for the Panthers with 8:30 remaining in the fourth. One thing Warren Harding does not want right now is to cough the football up. Keith Jordan checking in into the backfield for Frank Thomas's ball club. He'll be the up man in that I formation. Ball carrier Hall, maybe for a yard. Down to the 39-yard line. Number 57 defensively for the Big Red making the tackle. Dan Keenan, 190-pound senior. I believe his older brother's starting at Ohio State. And they open things up tomorrow against West Virginia.
Mountaineers of Don Nalen.
Oh, you gave them a tough time last week, even though they got beat by 3 touchdowns.
Well, you would say that, whether it was 50-0 or whatever it was.
They scored 3.
They got on the board first, as a matter of fact.
Wade, blindsided, lets the ball loose, and it is incomplete. Flag on the play, however. And Clayton Wade a little shaken up. Well, he was crunched as soon as he released the football.
He did well to release the football, and there were 2 receivers there, one of whom you see there, and Derek Frazier, but ball just slightly overthrown. But like we say, it's amazing that Clayton Wade got it away. Watch here.
Ooh, Kelly just creamed him. Holding against the Panthers will be declined by Big Red to get the ball back with 7:13 remaining in the fourth quarter. Oh, Clayton Wade a little woozy. Excellent athlete. He's also a superb basketball player for Bill Kovach's round ball team. Oh, Clayton says, where am I? Randy Wilson to do the booting from his own 47-yard line. Danyasha Yetz, the deep man. High snap. Nice kick by Wilson. Takes a Big Red roll inside the 10 and is down at the 13-yard line. 25-yard boot by Wilson, no return, and Steubenville down 21-12. Their 20-game regular season consecutive win streak in jeopardy right now, folks. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Panthers have a way of snapping streaks, don't they? It seems to me as though in the 70s, Wintersville High School came into Mullenkopf Stadium with about a 26-game winning streak and had it stopped by the Panthers they would like to do it again here tonight.
The Warriors, Creech in trouble. Creech in trouble. Creech is going to be hit and sacked back at the 5.
Great play there by number 73, Larry Rhodes. So a lot of Panthers responsible for this fine defensive effort here tonight.
Jeff McBain, number 57 from his linebacker spot, also in on the tackle. A 9-yard loss for James Creech, and that'll set up second down and 19 yards to go for the Big Red. Leon Sawyer split to the left side. Quarterback draw, and Creech in a lot of trouble. Creech down at the 1-yard line. Oh, the Panther defense is fired up. Again, number 38, Kerry McQueen with the big play for the Panther defense.
He did make a big play. It was close to a safety. But Tony Montana had the spot right at the goal line.
Third down, 23 yards to go from their own 1-yard line. And Big Red in a big jam right now with 5 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Two men in motion. No, one man in motion. Nope, they're going to throw the flag. As Creech fires the football. It is incomplete at the 20-yard line, almost picked off. We have a flag on the play, however. Okay, Marco Miller almost got Creech for the safety.
Boy, he did. You know, if this does go as illegal procedure, illegal motion, which it's going to, you know, it would be about a 2-inch penalty because the ball is really backed up against the goal line. Panthers obviously will decline. As you look again, Creech just barely getting it away, throws up a prayer, knocked down beautifully by Marcus Jones.
Fourth down, 5:14 remaining fourth quarter. Big Red trailing 21-12, and Harding will get the football back. Settles to do the booting from the back line of the end zone. Nice kick. Panthers will let it hit at the 30. Takes a Warren Harding roll inside the 30 and down at the 29-yard line. What looked like a nice kick turns out to be a 29-yarder. And that is where the Panthers will have it. First down, 10 yards to go, leading 21-12 in the ballgame.
Well, what do you think, Cap? Is it time for us to pick our TCI players of the game? Maybe give it another series, huh? Let's think about it. Panthers certainly in the driver's seat here. 4:55 remaining. 9-point lead and great field position.
Better hurry. Harding better hurry, or they're going to get hit with a delay of game penalty. Now they're going to have to expend a timeout. A lot of confusion on the Warren Harding offense. That's the first timeout of the second half utilized by the Panthers. Comes with 4 minutes, 40 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter.
Now this is our TCI Pilot 9 Sports Opener, and we've got a lot more action for you. Of course, tomorrow we're going to have LeBray and JFK, but as you see superimposed on the screen, champions at Newton Falls. You'll see September 18th and 19th, Harding at Howland. Replay September 25th and 26th. Struthers against Warren JFK in October. Youngstown South is at Warren Western Reserve. Brookfield at Lakeview. Howland at Niles. And Girard at Liberty. And, of course, the traditional rivalry, Warren Harding, Warren Western Reserve on November 7th and 8th. A couple of firsts for you among that schedule that we just showed you, one of which is the fact that Warren Harding playing at Howland is a first. And we'll be bringing you that one. And also we'll have an opportunity to televise Newton Falls in their new stadium.
First down, 10 yards to go for the Panthers. Looking for their first victory of the 1987 campaign, and they have looked impressive here this evening. Desperation time for the Steubenville defense. 1-yard loss on the play as Michael Hall. In fact, let's give him a 2-yard loss on the play back to the 31-yard line. Michael Hall Unable to shake a tackle. Second down, 12 yards to go for the Panthers. Big Red still with all 3 timeouts remaining, and kind of got to wonder if Reno Suckage might have a trick left up his sleeve here in the waning moments.
He finds a way, doesn't he?
A lot of great athletes from Steubenville. Whoa. We will call this one back. And a couple of pretty famous actors from the Steubenville area.
That's right. There's a lot of bad actors, too.
Dean Martin, Robert Urich, Clark Gables was from right up the road.
Wasn't Gable from Caddis? Isn't that where?
Who? Yeah, from Caddis,
Clark
Ohio.
Gable was from Caddis.
Ulrich is from Toronto.
Of course, so was Charles Manson. You know.
So was George Armstrong Custer, now that you mention it. Now, Lou the Two from Martins Ferry. Bill Mazeroski from Tiltonsville.
Pete Patus from Weirton, West Virginia.
John Caparenas from Yorkville, Ohio. Raleigh Fingers from Big Red. No, he didn't go to Big Red. He moved when he was 10. Raleigh did. That was Michael Hall, the ball carrier. Timeout again employed by Steubenville with 3:30 remaining in the fourth quarter.
You know, the truth is, though, the reason there have been so many great athletes and the reason athletics are so big in Steubenville
is the amount of Greeks that live in the community.
That could be, but really the steel mills were a big reason for that. The young people really, the way out of the steel mills was to be a good athlete and make a name for yourself that way.
Look at the Negro brothers and Havlicek from right down the river from Steubenville. You know, same thing. Mazeroski's father worked in the steel mill, and it actually cost him a baseball career. Mining industrial accident. 3 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in this one as you look at Warren Harding and some of the jubilant Panther fans here this evening. Could be one of the most impressive victories in that man's Warren Harding coaching career, Frank Thomas. He's snapping a 20-game Steubenville regular season winning streak and doing it in impressive fashion as Marco Miller almost squirms his way out of danger. Works his way down to the 30-yard line, and that'll set up a 4th down and 11 situation for Warren Harding. Considering the fact that Reno Suckeyes came in here with a 43-5 mark in 4 seasons of coaching, and that includes plenty of playoff activity, Frank Thomas is certainly going to go out of this ball game with a big feather in his cap.
Well, what's even more important for the Panthers, assuming they hang on here and win this one, is the fact that by beating Steubenville, you know, they haven't even gotten into the conference season at all. What a morale booster that is, and that could very well lead to a tremendous season for the Panthers. After losing a heartbreaker in their opener, they have been able to bounce back and beat a favored team.
It was a heartbreaker. They were leading 6-0 until Akron Firestone used that sustained march to score with 2:23 remaining in the ball game. The extra point attempt by Guranitis hit the uprights, bounced back, and then Warren Harding came back and moved the ball down to the 19-yard line of Akron Firestone before Clayton Waite was blitzed on a play and put the ball up for grabs, and it was picked off by Firestone to end the ball game. Punting situation. Whoa, Wilson just gets it away. Going out of bounds, no, going into the end zone for the touchback. Randy Wilson has done an excellent job kicking tonight. You can't find too many faults with Warren Harding here this evening. They have played a fundamentally sound, opportunistic ball game.
You know, really, that's why I asked the question of Frank Thomas prior to the game, where, you know, you had the 7-6 loss, but were there any bright spots? And he pointed to a number of bright spots. Yes, it was disappointing that they lost, but I think he saw a lot of potential there, and that potential came through for him tonight.
Big Red with 2:40 remaining in the fourth quarter. Breach fires the football, tipped away. Good defensive effort by the Panthers secondary. Number 28, Sam Sutton, tipping the ball away from the intended receiver. Incompleted pass will stop it. with 2 minutes, 35 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. Second down, 10 yards to go for Steubenville from their own 20-yard line, and the Big Reds still needing 2 scores. Steve Baugh back in there playing center field for the Panther defensive secondary. As Creech on the swing pass. That could be a lateral, folks. Gonna have to keep after it. It goes out of bounds. It is a lateral, I do believe. One of the Panthers gave up on it. Had a shot at recovering it. It is going to go as a lateral. It'll be a big loss for the Big Red back to the Steubenville 12-yard line. And set up third down and 18 yards to go for the Big Red first down. Steubenville without the huddle. James Creech, whose older brother Andre Creech was the starting quarterback for a couple of years. Fires down and out, tipped around, incomplete. Derek Frazier going for the interception. Man shaken up for the Big Red, the intended receiver. Niles Herring. Fourth down, 18 yards to go. Big Red's going to go for it with 2:24 remaining in the contest.
You talk about computer game can help you, can it?
Sure can. Let's see. Timeout called by Warren Hiding. I don't know if the Panthers had enough men on the field. Warren Hiding will stop the clock. Actually was stopped on the incompletion. Second timeout for the Panthers. And now I think, Harry, it is about time to put our heads together and come up with who we consider the outstanding athletes for either side.
Well, Cap, what do you think?
I kind of like Marco Miller. I think from both sides of the ball. Is this going to be a debate, or are we going to do this off the air? So when our Greek tempers get the best of us, we won't embarrass
I'll tell you, it is. It's a Marco Miller and Michael Hall really also deserving. He had the long run. He's been a workhorse here tonight. If you talk about both ways, though, you know, Marco Miller does go both ways, and he's had a great defensive game as well as a good offensive game. And on the other side of things, for the Big Red, you look at Dinyasha Yates, I think, probably is the key to it, offensively and defensively.
Creech to put it up. Hail Mary pass. Intercepted at the 35-yard line, and that will nullify it. Number 44, Michael Hall, coming up with a pickoff. Actually, if he knocks the ball down, it goes back to the 12-yard line, but in the excitement, Michael Hall will get credit for the interception. We're going to bring Bob Church in. And let's bring in Bob to see what his thoughts are on this.
Well, the key that you guys related to, Cappy, was Marco Miller's gone both ways, and he made the big defensive play. He stuffed the Yates brothers when they started to get the momentum going. It was Marco Miller on the stop, so not that Michael Hall doesn't deserve it, but I think this week we'll have to give it to Marco Miller.
And Dinyasha Yates for the Big Red. So congratulations to our first ever TCI Sports Players of the Week. Dinyasha Yates of the Steubenville Big Red and Marco Miller for the Warren Hiding Panthers. There was a flag on that play, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what it is. Delay of game against the Panthers after the interception. 1 minute, 47 seconds remaining in this ball game. One of the big victories in the last 8 or 10 years as far as the East Side Warren High School is concerned.
That's really true, although I can recall a Massillon victory just a couple of years ago. Panthers upsetting Massillon when they came to town. Remember?
Marco Miller, the ball carrier. Marco's still on his feet. They did not bring him down. But the whistle stopped play at the Steubenville 38-yard line.
That was Willie Brisbane here, wasn't it? Willie threw his, wasn't it? He went 99 yards or something like that, wasn't that against Massillon?
The Willie Perez ball game. That's right. Interesting to note from that team, there's at least 4 of the Warren Harding starters that are playing major college football and starting for their respective schools. Dave Arnold, Zach Ropp, Travis Davis, Eric Johnson at Bowling Green.
Well, Panther fans celebrating here. 1:35 remaining, a 21-12 lead. And, you know, this victory is of that magnitude. You beat Massillon, you beat Steubenville. You're beating 2 rivals that you used to be in the same league with.
I tell you, it has to make Bill Schunkweiler feel good, too. Bill was honored before the ball game for his induction into the Ohio Coaches Hall of Fame and earned a lot of those plaudits right here at Mollenkopf Stadium. And for the Warren Harding Panthers to rise to the occasion, just a perfect ending for a night for one of the real, truly fine men in sports in this entire area. The high play by the Panthers as Frank Thomas killing the clock. Timeout for the Big Red, and I tell you, Reno Suckosh will not give up. He will not throw in the towel. Man shaken up for Steubenville. I believe that's the final timeout of the ball game for Steubenville. 21-12, Warren Harding with all 21 points in the first half. And doing it with an excellent offensive mixture of passing of Clayton Waits and strong running from Marco Miller, Michael Hall, Jordan.
Yeah, we've been pointing to the running backs, but can't overlook the fact that Clayton Wade has run this offense to perfection here tonight. He's done a great job. Yes, he's had 2 interceptions, but really has been the spark plug here in getting the Panthers the 21 points.
And the offensive line and the defensive line won the trench warfare, just nullifying an excellent Steubenville Big Red rushing attack.
And while we're passing out plaudits, we've got to look at the special teams because they were able to pounce on a couple of fumbled punts and turn things around for them. So just a fine all-out team effort by the Panthers here tonight.
Another man shaken up for Steubenville with 1:11 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Somehow you have the feeling that he's going to get up on his feet.
Will Cusack being attended to. 1 minute, 11 seconds remaining. Fourth quarter, Panthers leading 21-12. Doggone it, Harry. You must have
It's amazing.
ESP or something.
And he's not even limping.
Yes, he is. Notice that limp.
I kind of went out on a limb. I didn't really kind of had my heart in my throat as I said that. I didn't want to accuse anybody of not being injured, but there's a tendency in those situations to get the time out that way.
Less than a minute remaining in this one. Fourth down for the Panthers. Clayton Wade with a long count. He'll just kill that clock, take the delay of game penalty, and there it is. Another 5-yard mark off against Warren Harding, but at this stage of the game, it's strictly for the stats, folks.
It's amazing in those situations. The quarterback changes his signal calling. He's saying stuff like pepperoni pizza, mushrooms and sausage, just to try to get the defense to jump.
Get that where your mind is, Harry. Frank Thomas has to be extremely pleased with the work of that team right there. Now the Panthers will line up in punt formation. Randy Wilson with 43 ticks remaining in the ball game. Big Red will come like crazy, but Wilson will get it away. A line drive kick. That will be fumbled by Yates into the end zone. He's going to have to fall on that one, or almost grabbed by the Panthers. It goes out of the end zone for a touchback.
Well, was good hustle there on the part of number 32, Marcus Jones. Uh-oh, now
there we
we've
go.
got the fisticuffs. Let's get Marco out of there. We certainly, our player of the game, we don't want him thrown out.
That's true.
Tony Montana says, I better throw a flag here at this point, and does so. But it's more important to just clear the field. Big Red not used to losing.
35 seconds remaining, and I think they're talking about maybe possibly waving off the remaining 35 seconds of this game.
It's not a bad thought.
Big Red's trying to take advantage of everything. They wanted to come out and line up at the 38, but that touchback puts the ball at the 20-yard line.
Double personal foul.
I think they might be resuming this rivalry on a year-in, year-out basis. I believe that's the information that was passed up to us. And it is a fine rivalry between two hard-nosed ball clubs. 21-12, the Panthers will win their 10th. Make it their 11th in the 18 games between these two schools. Creech under pressure. Creech now fires. Complete at the 36-yard line. On the receiving end, number 88, John Haynes, is split end.
Good heads-up play by Marcus Jones. Bring down the receiver.
First down, 10 yards to go, 26 seconds remaining in the ball game. Big Red has an excellent sophomore quarterback in Eric White, but he has not seen any action tonight. Pass complete into Panther territory at the 48-yard line. '17-yard completion. Another first down for the Big Red. 17 seconds remaining in the ball game, and first down, 10 yards to go for Steubenville.
These guys don't give up, do they? It's amazing. They're just
reflecting the character of their head coach, Reno Sokach.
Exactly.
Creech into the flat. Incomplete. Kelly, the intended receiver. Incompleted pass will set up second down, 10 yards to go with just 9 seconds remaining in this one. This is our season opener for TCI Sports, and tomorrow night, talk about legendary rivalries, the LeBray Vikings and the John F. Kennedy Eagles from Holland Tiger Stadium. And boy, those two teams have been in some barn burners throughout the history of the two schools. Second down, 10 yards to go, one back behind Creech. And this could be the last play of the ball game. Creech fires, intercepted. Mar Hamid at the 35-yard line, and that should about do it, folks. 2 seconds remaining on the clock. Tony Montana will wind it down. 1 second, and there is the gun. This one belongs to the Panthers. The final score, Warren Harding 21, the Steubenville Big Red 12.
You know you can't stop.